All right, hell yeah. We are live. And we got a new emoji that just dropped. Feel free to spam the chat with impunity. Let's fucking do it. What's up, everybody? Woo! Fuck yeah! Spam the chat with impunity with the new emojis. How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the Dicey Show, the finest news program in the universe. I look forward to hanging out with you guys tonight because we're alive. You feel that, everybody? You feel the life coursing through your veins, and I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight and sharing this experience with life with me. It's an honor to be able to entertain you guys tonight, so let's fucking do it. As always, super chats are on. If you guys want to help the show out, lifeblood of the show is the super chats. You know how it works. I don't even have to shill it. But I didn't do nothing yesterday. Nothing goddamn productive. I did watch that new Andor. The first 2 episodes of the second season of Andor is out. And pretty good. I'm not a big Star Wars nerd or nothing. But I think we can all relate to like a resistance, a rebellion to an evil empire. I sort of feel like that's what we're doing here together. It's a meetup of the resistance. So, yeah. Woo! And apparently the Dust Buddy signups are way down. I need like 100 more to put a new emojicon. That's the way they do it. They tier it to where you only get a certain number of emojicons, and then the more subscribers you get, the more you can put in there. So, I had to sacrifice something. I think I sacrificed BLM. I'm sorry, BLM. I'm sorry. But I needed the space for the new emoji. Please forgive me. Is BLM still a thing? I don't know. It's all good. You know what is a thing? Woo! Fuck yeah, baby! The new Nature Boy coming at you tonight. So let's go ahead and kick the show off, folks. As always, it's going to be a depressing one. Let's start with some Chud Watch. Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. Speaking of Star Wars, haters are going to say I stole the Star Wars theme, but no, that's totally fucking original. And first off, let's check in with the economy. So, Trump backing down on firing Jerome Powell. You know, Jerome Powell, he's the head of the Fed, the Federal Reserve. It's supposed to be kept separate from the U.S. government, I guess, to give everybody a little bit more confidence in our economy that one man just can't fuck the whole thing up. So there's like a separate whole organization that's keeping everything in check, the Federal Reserve. And Donald Trump's been like, find out how I fire the guy from the Federal Reserve because I want to lower interest rates, which, you don't want to do that if you're worried about inflation, which we are. Tariffs and low interest rates don't go together. It's a recipe for hyperinflation. But Trump don't care. He don't give a shit. So he's like, find me a way to fire this motherfucker. Hey, we can do it. And now he's like, I never said I was going to fire him, guys. Yeah, after the economy tanked like a motherfucker. People fleeing us, no longer trusting us, having trouble selling our bond, selling our debt. Everything's going fucky. So as always, Trump's blinking like a motherfucker. He's folding, art of the deal, sacks of shit. And folks, first he's all like, never changing my tariffs. We've never been more prosperous than we were back right before the Great Depression with all the tariffs. The Smoot-Hawley Act. Got to have some more tariffs, y'all. Delicious tariffs. And now let's see if he kept to that. What do you guys think? You guys think Trump is consistent? The next thing you know, big box retailers heading out to the White House to tell him he done fucked up. U.S. President Donald Trump met with major retailers including Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, and Target on Monday to discuss broad-based tariffs likely to raise cost of everyday goods that they import. Big U.S. chains like Walmart and Target rely heavily on imported goods, and tariffs, including 145% levies on China, are expected to add strain on Americans already burdened by prolonged inflation. Yep, the worst possible thing that could happen at the worst possible time. Not yet, asshole. Not till the end of the show. Don't get ahead of me. Pretty boy trying to get treats. He's like, Daddy, you're talking loud. That means treats right? Yes, but not yet. Smart little motherfucker. Big U.S. Shades, already read that. We had a productive meeting with President Trump and his team and appreciate the opportunity to share insights. So basically, they're like, dude, if you keep this shit up, there's going to be shelves that are bare all over the place. They're going to be taking pictures of it and blaming socialism. You know it. So I guess he's like, fine. I guess I'll flip the light switch on again. On again means no tariffs. So making money either way. Yeah. Empty shelves are coming, Donald Trump. They warned him. So immediately he went out there and he's like, I'm going to be super nice to the Chinese. I don't know why everybody thinks that I'm going to be super harsh to them. They're our allies and our buddies. I just want to be friends, y'all.
And our country's getting stronger was not sustainable.
But how many started with China? Are you going to play hardball with them? Are you going to mention COVID?
Well, I'm not going to say, no, I'm not going to mention COVID. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to play hardball with China. I'm going to play hardball with you, President Xi. No. We're going to be very nice. Mm-hmm. They're going to be very nice. Mm-hmm. And we'll see what happens. But ultimately, they have to make a deal because otherwise
they don't.
They're not going to be able to.
It's literally you trying to make the bill.
United States.
They don't give a shit. They're fine. They'll be all right. They'll go trade with everybody else in the world while we are a pariah state, isolating ourselves from the rest of the globe. And White House considers slashing China tariffs to de-escalate trade. The White House is weighing a plan to cut tariffs on Chinese goods. Yep, can't make up their mind. This is why our economy's seesawing up and down. The economy and the Dow Jones hates uncertainty. And literally nobody knows what the fuck's going on. This dude wakes up and if his diaper's full, that means 10 more years of tariffs. If it's empty or it's just pee, no more tariffs. So guess you can see how his bowel movements are doing by his daily activities. And yep, stock market went back up today a little bit. Yesterday it went back up a little bit. It's gone up about 1,200 points over the last couple of days because he's back down off the tariffs. So all he got to do, as I've told you guys repeatedly, the stock market wants to go up. In fact, it's specifically designed to go up forever. The companies that do well are out of the stock market. The companies that don't do well are removed from it. It's literally designed to go up forever as long as you don't stand in its fucking way. You got to really try hard to get it to fucking go down. All these rich people, they got money. They can't spend all of it. It's got to go somewhere. They want to invest in stuff. They just have to have the confidence that they're not going to lose their fucking money. And so when he backs off the tariffs, it goes up. But let's zoom out a little bit. Since Trump has been president, since January, we're still down 2,700 points, 6.57. So let's say the stock market went back up 2,800 points tomorrow, okay? It's not going to do that. Let's say it did, though. We would have still lost a whole quarter of growth. We're already down 4 months this year with negative growth. So, yeah, no, they'll be like, see the stock market going back up? No, it's absolutely not. It's way fucking down. We've lost lots of progress. The same time in Joe Biden's presidency, the first 4 months, it was up 800 points overall. It's down 2,800 points overall. So, not the best, not the greatest. And China, unmoved by Trump's comments on potential tariff reduction. China responded to Trump's perceived softening remarks on tariffs by repeating its calls for the U.S. to negotiate based on equality and mutual respect rather than threats. Yeah, good luck with that. We're not for equality in this country anymore. China's stance has always been clear. We do not want to fight, but we are not afraid of one. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Guo Jinkun, nailed it, said today at a regular briefing in Beijing, if there is a fight, we will see it through. If there are talks, our door is always open. Yep. We need them a lot more than they need us, unfortunately. I wish we had people that were competent and in charge. But hey, we voted to commit suicide, so I guess we just got to see it through. Yeah, it's this again. All in, call. iPhone, you're already all in. It's not the time to fold. Maybe he's bluffing. Oh, my God, we're doomed. Whatever. And he does look orange enough, so I know that's an AI picture. That's how you can tell. Looks too good. And, yep. Xipeng, what the hell his name is over there reading The Art of the Deal. It's hilarious. Do you guys know that the last chapter in The Art of the Deal is all about his casino? and how awesome his casino is going to do and how much money he's going to make. You know, the casino that went bankrupt, they literally imploded the whole thing, blew the thing up, crashed to the ground. So, yeah, hey, that's a pretty apt description of Trump's negotiating skills. And on that tip, Chinese container ship traffic to California ports down 44%. Seems bad. The pullback in trade between the U.S. and China as a result of President Trump's steep tariffs on Chinese goods and fears of a recession are starting to show up in major ports data, with a steep drop in container vessel traffic headed to Los Angeles and Long Beach. Yeah, we're not even close to starting to feel the pain of what's coming, folks. The stock market is not actually a good indication of whether the economy is healthy or not. It's a good indication on whether rich people feel that it's stable enough to invest their money. But the average person, you really got to look at wage growth compared to inflation. And that's not going to be good. None of this is going to be good. For the week ended in May 3rd, the number of freight vessels leaving China and headed to the South California ports, the main U.S. port receiving Chinese freight and other Asian trade, is down 29% week over week, according to Port Optimizers. So, yeah, people are not buying shit, not nearly as much as they did. And that will help with inflation. I mean, if nobody got any money, if no one can afford to buy anything, yeah, inflation is going to go down some, but not good for the rest of the economy. And definitely not good for us good little consumers in America who like buying shit. I'm starting to Jones, folks. Ain't got no money to buy shit anymore. We're going to go in more to that in a second. But China to Canada, let's partner against U.S. bullying. The entire world is doing that. They're going around us. They don't need us. China ambassador says Beijing is offering to form a partnership with Canada to push back against American bullying, suggesting the two countries could rally other nations to stop Washington from undermining global rules. And yes, that's what they'll do. They would just go behind our back, make friendships with each other. Seems bad, America. And even Fox News noticing. Even they can't help but notice how horrible of a negotiator Trump is. Let's have a listen to Robert Wolf.
I don't know, Robert. Some of the people we talked to say incompetence probably the wrong word. Unclear might be a better word. What do you say?
I mean, I've been in finance for 40 years. This is probably the biggest manufactured crisis I've seen, with a bunch of unforced errors. The execution of Liberation Day was pathetic. I mean, you have Kevin Hassett in 2019 be very clear, trade wars are bad, tariffs are a tax. Steve Moore, another Trump advisor, trade wars are bad, tariffs are a tax. The GOP, tariffs are a tax, trade wars are bad, we're for free trade. You saw April until, for the most part, the president blinked both on Fed Chairman Powell, which I'm glad, as well as the China trade war. Then the markets recovered somewhat, but it was on for the worst month since 1932.
Yep.
And that's not even considering what's going on with bonds, where there has been an incredible lack of confidence in the U.S. dollar and U.S. investments.
Yep, so they had a bond auction last couple days, and it was a fucking disaster. The appetite for U.S. debt is waning. Nobody trusts us anymore. Our economy is not nearly as safe as a bet as it used to be, so we're having to offer more attractive terms, having more and more trouble financing our debt correctly. At the same time, the U.S. dollar is collapsing. Seems bad. And they seem to be kind of in panic mode, to be honest with you. Here's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent trying to walk back after alienating all our allies.
I wish to be clear. America first does not mean America alone.
It does, though.
To the contrary.
Unfortunately, that is what it means to you guys, and your actions prove that.
It is a call for deeper collaboration and mutual respect among trade partners.
Yeah, such mutual respect amongst our trade partners. Isn't that what the entire globe is feeling towards us? All the respect. No, motherfuckers, they hate us, okay? You've united an entire country of Canada against us, the entire world going behind us to make friends with each other so they don't have to deal with our dumbasses anymore. It's always the opposite of every fucking thing you idiots say.
Far from stepping back, America First seeks to expand U.S. leadership in international institutions like the IMF and the World.
You literally have done nothing but erode our leadership globally. destroy our soft power, make it to where nobody respects us or listens to us.
Bank. By embracing a stronger leadership role, America First seeks to restore fairness to the international economic.
Nobody wants America as a leader anymore. Nobody has any faith or trust in the orange goof, and you shouldn't. He has no honor. There's no reason to make him deal with a man who tomorrow will do the exact opposite of what he said today. Why would you? They won't. Nobody will anymore, and they shouldn't. You'd have to be a fool to trust us at this point. But not so Fox News from chastising all of us who are looking at the stock market and being like, dude, this sucks. You fucking traitors, if you're real patriots, then you will eat your cat food, die, and keep your fucking mouth shut as the glorious leader does whatever the fuck he wants to.
Let's keep this real. Donald Trump has plan A, one plan, make America great again. There is no other plan. And the short-term traders or the pundits on TV that are watching Wall Street, look, guys, this is beyond your pay plan. This man is a master at negotiating. This is in negotiations at global levels that we've never seen before. He's transparent. He's authentic. He knows what he's doing, and he will make America great again. So you guys that are at home and you're worried about your 401k, your IRA, or you traders out there or bankers that are worried about your commissions, just step aside. This is not the time for Monday, quarterbacking. You're not in the game. President Donald Trump is. You've underestimated him over and over, and you're doing the same thing this time.
That's right. Shut up, poors. You think that you deserve to retire? This man, our God, he's a fucking genius doing the art of the deal. Yeah, he might have lost $10 trillion in global wealth, and yeah, the dollar might be tanking, and yeah, the bond rates are shooting through the roof, making sure we defaulted our debt at a record goddamn pace. But at least he's making billions of dollars for himself, trading off the name of the presidency. So shut the fuck up, dickheads. Just take it. Just fuck. Starting to think it might be a cult. I don't know. What do you guys think? Speaking of being a cult, they're like literally willing to lose their whole businesses for this guy. Never seen anything like it. Nick Huber says, I was pro-tariffs. Well, you're a dumbass sack of shit. Until about 30 of our clients at somewhere.com canceled searches over the past 3 weeks. Hiring freezes all over the place. Hit me in the pocketbook already. Remove tariffs. Have you ever thought about boom, brains everywhere? I'm just saying, you can think about it. Oh, Levine Phoenix says, fun fact. It's not going to be fun. It's killing my business too. Good. That was fun. You're right. I'm sorry to have doubted you. My 20-year-old company ships steel to China. I'm getting crushed. Unfortunately, not in real life, apparently. But you know what? What? I'm still fine with tariffs, shocker, because I care more about everyone and the future of the country than just myself. I'll lose that business entirely if it means the country is in better shape. I'm a patriot. We put country over self. Only this is not helping the country at all. Your business going bankrupt is not helping the country. The entire point of this is to shift the tax burden to the middle class and the poors, so the rich people don't have to pay even the pittance that they're actually paying now, okay? Not a single dime of this is going to go to cover the debt. Not going to help our country whatsoever. So, but I'm okay if you got a business, to be honest with you. I'm okay with you not having any fucking money because you seem like you definitely deserve that. But not everybody wants to go bankrupt. Not everybody thinks tariffs are suitable for them. It's okay for the other folks, but not for me, baby. Case in point, Michael knows, begging Trump, please, Daddy Trump, give me an out, remove the tariffs for me and my friends so that we can have an unfair competitive advantage over all our competition.
One minor point I want to bring up. It's a major point for me. When it comes to these trade policies, I have an inside view on only one industry, and that is the cigar industry, because I'm an owner of Mayflower Cigars. I'm the founder of this boutique cigar company, and even though it's a very large cigar company, thanks to all of you who smoke Mayflower cigars, but it's still a relatively new, relatively boutique company, and cigar tobacco generally comes from Latin America, sometimes from Africa, sometimes from the South Pacific, sometimes from Connecticut and Pennsylvania, as Mayflower is incorporating into maybe some new blends that we'll talk about later. But
Anyway, long story short, dickhead's like, I need a pass. I need a hall pass, Trump. I don't want to have to pay tariffs on anything, so give me special treatment. And Craig Harder, noob. This was on earlier, folks. I admit, I am a pampered, privileged American. I'm used to having things a certain way. I'm used to being able to get products from anywhere in the world that I want to, and having other countries target me. They want to sell to me because I'm American. I'm like the gold standard of consumers, right? They want to get their products to me. Every product that comes available all across the world usually comes to America first. We are the ones they want, right? We're the chosen ones. Not anymore, baby. So, one of the new headsets that just came out, Pimax Crystal Super. I pre-ordered it, but it turns out I'm broke, so I had to cancel my pre-order. Sad day. So I went and checked, just out of curiosity. Are they shipping the Pimax Crystal Supers yet? I went and checked the webpage, and what did I find on there? Now, if I were to order one right now, there is a special surcharge for Americans. Starting April 10th, 2025, orders in the U.S. will ship without additional tariffs, but will have a $95 U.S. regional surcharge. And sure enough, if you put it in your cart and you go to checkout, tells you, yeah, oh, shit, I shouldn't put that on there. Damn it. You didn't see that. Anyway, it tells you right there, surcharge on American goods at $95. So now I got to pay more because I can't afford it. But if I could afford it, I have to pay more, $95 more, only for America, baby. So this is not America anymore. I'm just going to say, folks, this is not the same America I grew up in. The fundamental, normal stuff that we've gotten used to. Being killed day in and day out by this administration. I guess that's the fucking point. I guess we're finally getting a little taste of what the other countries are going through. Yeah, I can't point out what you're not supposed to see, but there was something on there that I shouldn't have had on there. And then, hey, we're going to go into the concentration camp section next, but before we get there, this leads into it. Prosecutors in Eric Adams' case blast DOJ to resign. This makes you so dispirited about this country. Because if you do the right thing, if you try to stand up to crime and corruption, now you are the one that gets punished. So literally these prosecutors, they went after Eric Adams because he was guilty as shit. They had all the evidence. They had him dead to rights. And then he made a deal with the Trump administration. Hey, I'll leave the Democratic Party. I'll suck you guys' dick if you just get the DOJ to drop all the charges. So they did. They did. The criminals all flocked together. And not only that, but the prosecutors who had him dead to right, they were pressured to go public and say they had made a mistake or they had done something wrong in bringing charges against Eric Adams. And they refused to do so, so they resigned. 3 of the Manhattan federal prosecutors who worked on the criminal case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams resigned Tuesday, accusing the Justice Department of trying to force them to admit wrongdoing in connection with the resistance to dropping the charges. The department has decided that obedience supersedes all else, requiring us to abdicate our legal and ethical obligations in favor of directions of Washington. The prosecutors wrote in a letter to Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. That is wrong, and yep. Which leads me to my next thing. If you don't know, this is the mayor of New York City, folks. You know, sophisticated New Yorkers. This is who the geniuses of New York elected to be their mayor. You know, all the super left-leaning wokesters in New York, yeah, they're all fucking idiots, just like the rest of the goddamn world. Here he is, shitting on the congressman that went over to El Salvador to check on the dude that was disappeared. Holland. Mayor Eric Adams took an apparent swipe Tuesday at a Maryland senator who met with a man mistakenly deported to El Salvador, saying at a press conference that he would not sip a tequila drink with a gang member. It's time for all of us to ask the question, particularly those who are in government, who find it more convenient to have a tequila drink with someone who's a gang member. Which side are you on? Oh, I'm on the side of the Constitution. I'm on the side of due process. I'm on the side of not disappearing people without any court hearings, without anything, to foreign concentration camps for the rest of their life with no charges. Any decent person should be for that. But here is the former Democratic. He's now an independent because he left the Democratic Party because he sold out to Donald Trump. But here he is trying to peddle disappearing people to foreign concentration camps. Now, this is not even a slippery slope there, folks. We're already there. This is a trial run to lock American citizens up without any due process, right? To disappear us in the middle of the night. Anybody they call a terrorist. And they could easily call us a fucking terrorist, folks. I know they can call me one. They could pull up shit out of context on every show I've done and look, he hates America. Let's revoke his citizenship and disappear him in the concentration camps. And fucking Democrats, even the people they elect, are going to sell us out, folks, because it's a trash planet. Look at him. Here he is with deportation Trump stooge, just selling out as hard as a fucking human being can sell out.
So thank you. And right now I want to introduce City of New York Mayor Adams.
Thank you so much, Bodazar, and
thank you so much, Trump administration, for getting me out of all the criminal charges I was undergoing. Man, I was so fucked. I'm glad I sold out my whole goddamn country to be safe from criminal prosecution. I suck your dick even more later, Trump. So anyway, fuck New York. If you think Democrats are smarter, they're a little smarter, but they ain't fucking smart. We are cooked from both sides, and both sides aren't cooking us equally, but both sides are definitely fucking cooking us, folks. Meanwhile, over there on the right-wing blogosphere, tranny seaman Joey Marinaro, super popular over there on the right, has 613,000 followers, folks. Just for comparison's sake, I know comparison is the thief of joy, but I have 6,500. This guy, 600,000. So yeah, life ain't fair. Anyway, he's like, due process should not apply to illegal aliens under any circumstance. If you are not legally in this country, you should not benefit from our generous Constitution, but that's what the Constitution is. It's supposed to give everybody rights. Wasn't it you guys who continuously talked about God-given rights? So God only gives rights to American citizens, people born here, I guess. But obviously, this is just them trying to set up the precedent to disappear anybody they want to. We see right the fuck through it. They're going to be marching us to the gulags, y'all. It ain't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Matthew Iglesias. I am sort of open to the idea that we should be a country with a national ID card system and a rule that you're expected to have your papers on you at all times in case your citizenship is challenged. Isn't that a great idea? Isn't that the country we all want? Where you're forced to have proof of who you are at all times, and then the jackbooted thugs can come up and harass anybody they want to. Papers, please. And if you don't have them, they can just drag you into the gulags and you might get disappeared. So you better keep your papers on you at all times. Welcome to the new America, y'all. It's beautiful here. It reminds me of something. Oh no, it reminds me of another country in the past. Can't put my finger on it. But I guess this is what we fucking deserve, y'all. Sucks. And then on concentration camp theater, Joe Rogan. Now, he full of shit, y'all. He pretended like he cares about the disappearing of people, but next week he'll have Donald Trump on his show licking his nuts. He'll be at the UFC with his little boy crush hugging Trump, loving the shit out of the guy who's literally doing this shit. So on one side, he pretends like he cares, pretends like it's a big deal. And the other side, he uses his platform 100% to put the people in power who are doing this. So he's a man of nothing.
About due process. No, fuck that. But here's the problem with fuck that. The problem with things that are going in a radical direction, and then there's an overcorrection. So the overcorrection is lack of due process. Right. The overcorrection is like round them all up, ship them to jail. Like that's like some things that you say when you're not thinking things through. Like, what do you do about all the criminals? Take them all, fucking send them to El Salvador.
Yeah.
What about due process? No, fuck that. Well, here's the problem with fuck that. What if you are an enemy of, let's not say any current president. Let's
not say any current president. Let's not call out who exactly is going to be sending us to fucking El Salvador, right? Let's pretend like it's just some vague, unknowable person in the future.
Pretend we got a new president, totally new guy in 2028.
Anyway, he doesn't actually give a shit about any of this because he has the most popular podcast in the world and uses it every second of the fucking day to push these people. But at least Tim Pool, hating on what Joe Rogan says, I love to see him fight. Bald Tim Pool says,
Joe is wrong. Democrats created false criminal charges against Trump and his supporters. January 6ers were denied due process, and Trump's lawyers were arrested.
January 6th was not denied due process. Every single one of them who was charged with anything was literally charged. They were arrested. They had their day in court. Tim Pool just fucking lying or pretending like they don't know what due process is. Tim Pool going to be Johnny on the spot to frog march us all to the goddamn gulags. These patriots who claim they love the Constitution going to be the first to wipe their ass with it. I want you guys to remember this. I want you guys to remember who was for the fascism, who was for disappearing us. When the revolution happens, take this motherfucker's beanie. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to say anything else. I wish I could, though. And that gaslighting all day long. That's all they do on the #1 cable news network of the world, Fox fucking News. It's just insane, folks. Insane. Literally, video footage everywhere. I've showed you guys repeatedly. I'm going to show you again of Trump saying, "I would love to send American citizens to the El Salvadorian gulags. I would love that. I would love to send the homegrowns." We've all heard him. I'm going to show you guys again. But here's Fox News, a guy that claims he's a journalist, pretending like he's never heard Trump say any such thing. And it's up to us to prove that Trump said this shit.
But before we move forward, I have to stop down with what you just said. Donald Trump's made a statement about wanting to deport American citizens.
Yes.
Do you have that in front of you? I've
Yes.
not seen that statement. Can you please quote where that comes from?
Okay, well, you're a journalist. Goddamn, open the internet, search Reddit. What the fuck's wrong with you? What are you talking about? How are you this goddamn clue? Oh, you're on Fox News. Okay.
From that he would like to deport American citizens?
He said it in the Oval Office. He said he wants to go for homegrowns next, people born and raised in the United States. Citizens.
Do you have anything?
And then
do you have anything besides your word on that?
Yes, we have multiple videos of him saying it. You fucking jackwagon.
I have not seen. I have not seen.
Okay, I'm sure you ain't seen a lot of fucking shit. All right, the shit you don't know could fill up a goddamn universe. It don't mean it didn't fucking happen.
So, beyond your word, do you have the source of that? I would love to see that clip or that transcript of him saying he wants to deport American citizens.
There is a clip online. I encourage people to just Google Donald Trump homegrown, deporting homegrown criminals. It is something he said in the Oval Office.
Well, you understand how television works. We have these fancy earpieces. I like to get very few instructions from my staff while you and I have a conversation. But we are in search of that clip as we speak. So as you and I have this conversation in the next several minutes, we'll be looking for that clip. But let's keep digging.
Oh my God, it was on your fucking news program. I'm pretty goddamn sure. That's the crazy part. Anyway, what is this clip? Did he admit? Oh, he admitted it.
I challenged him, by the way, on the idea that President Trump wanted to deport homegrown citizens.
Idiot, right.
Here is the clip referenced by Maxwell Frost from the Oval Office of President Trump talking about homegrown criminals.
I'd like to go a step further. I mean, I said it to Pam. I don't know what the laws are. We always have to obey the laws, but we also have homegrown criminals that push people.
And he said it multiple times. I guess this guy's not very good at his job. Big shocker. And surprise, surprise, surprise. Apparently, Trump no longer popular on immigration. That was the one thing that he had a positive approval rating for. Net approval rating of Donald Trump's handling of immigration in his first term and second term. New YouGov economist poll out this morning finds Trump is no longer popular on immigration. This was the last issue he had a positive net rating on. And, Hassani B is like, wow, who could have foreseen this? Turns out Americans don't like brutal immigration policies. I don't know why Hassan sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger to me, but just go with it. And they're only reminded when Dems actually start pushing back on the issue, and then media starts covering it. A really important lesson for all Dems to be remembered. Be a leader. Don't be a girly man. And I agree with Hassan Schwarzenegger. Cool. And I think covered how Trump has been attacking multiple law firms. It's this new version of lawfare where he just goes and throws the entire power of the office of president behind threatening legal action. And even other things like barring them from trying cases in federal court, which limits their ability to get clients. And the reason he's doing this is to extort law firms all across the country, number one, so they don't take cases from left-wing clients, cutting off our ability to defend ourselves or to go after those in power who might abuse theirs. And secondly, to try to get free legal services out of them, which he has done to the tune of like $500 million. It's crazy, this trash planet. Well, some of them are fighting back. Law firms seek permanent block on Trump's revenge. Two major law firms are expected to ask separate judges on Wednesday to permanently block President Donald Trump's executive order that were designed to punish them and hurt their business operation. Literally signing executive orders to target law firms, y'all. The corruption never ends. And speaking of corruption, now he is threatening to decertify colleges. Remember, they set this list of demands to Harvard. Basically, you have to let the Trump administration decide what you teach and who you teach it to. The biggest dystopian encroachment into education we've ever seen, and Harvard pushed back and was like, fuck that. Well, now Donald Trump is going to go a step further, and he's going to make sure that your college gets destroyed if you don't let him decide what you teach the students and who you teach. President Donald Trump will sign an executive order Wednesday prohibiting higher education accreditors from participating in unlawful diversity, equity, and inclusion discrimination. 5 sources familiar with the directive told the Daily Signal. And today he did it, folks, using the executive order like it's a magical death book or something. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to. He is the law. And if he decides your college is unaccredited, he decides that the diplomas you put out aren't worth the paper they're written on, he can do that, baby, because we have a dictator now.
Next for you, sir, university accreditation is currently a process controlled by a number of third-party organizations. That's by statute, by law. Many of those third-party accreditors have relied on sort of woke ideology to accredit universities instead of accrediting based on merit and performance. This executive order affects a number of changes to the university accreditation process, also applies to law schools and other sort of graduate programs. But the basic idea is to force accreditation to be focused on the merit and the actual results that these universities are providing, as opposed to how woke these universities have gotten. So we're setting up new accreditation pathways. We're charging the Department of Education to really look holistically at this accreditation mess and hopefully make it much better.
Will we look into the past people that they've taken? For instance, I hear all about certain great schools, and then we read where they're going to teach people basic math that we can all do very easily, but they can't do. They're, going to the top school, and they come out with a program of.
It's just nonsense. It's all gibberish, y'all. But yes, it's a full court takeover of every aspect of American life. No longer have the freedom to teach what you want to. No longer have the freedom to teach who you want to. Donald Trump going to decide every single thing for us from now on. And one thing he's trying to decide for us is to have more babies, even though there's already child tax credits. Trump proposes $5,000 baby bonus to boost the U.S. population. A $5,000 baby bonus for every new mom after delivery. Although, yeah, some people down here make some good points. Yep, delivery in the U.S. cost insurance $37,000. And me personally, $13,000. No maternity leave, so daycare was $3,700 per month. This was in 2022. So $5K, no thank you. I mean, yeah, obviously, but all this is going to do is be attractive to horrible mothers that's just going to spit out these kids one after the other to put up for adoption. I guess that's what Trump wants. I guess maybe somebody will take care of these kids that nobody wants. But yeah, baby mills. What a genius idea. And now they're setting up Ukraine to lose the war to Russia. It's very obvious what they're doing, so they put forth a peace plan that they know Ukraine would not accept. It's exactly what we always said it was going to be. Russia gets 100% of what they want. They don't have to make any compromises whatsoever. They don't have to give Ukraine anything. Ukraine gets zero of what they wanted. It has to stand down and eat shit from Russia. They put this forward knowing that Ukraine would not accept it, obviously, because why fucking would they? They got nothing. So then they could say, well, we tried. Ukraine is the one that didn't want peace, so we're going to put out all our weapons, all our money, and good luck. Meanwhile, they're going to start relations with Russia again, help boost their economy up to make sure that they have more money to go in and crush Ukraine or our former allies. Keep in mind, Ukraine is only in this situation because the United States talked them out of giving up their nuclear weapons in exchange for protection from the United States. But we don't have any honor. Nobody should ever believe a word we say, and nobody will ever again. Why the fuck would they? They see our actions. They see we can't be trusted. So the U.S. expects Ukraine response Wednesday to a peace framework that includes U.S. recognition of Crimea as part of Russia and official recognition of Russian control of nearly all areas occupied since the 2022 invasion. So, yep, you get to keep all the land that you stole from the invasion. You get to keep Crimea, and Ukraine gets nothing. So, obvious Ukraine has already turned this down because this has been the terms all along. We get everything, you get nothing. That's literally what they're fighting against. Doesn't make any sense. But the dumbest people you know getting out there trying to sell you this bullshit like it's reasonable. Here's a Michael Jackson impersonator. Love it.
And in order to make a good deal, both sides have to walk away a little bit unhappy. And unfortunately, President Zelensky has been trying to litigate this peace negotiation in the press. And that's unacceptable to the president. These should be closed.
Literally never has anything bad to say about Russia or Putin. It's always Zelensky. Zelensky. He's the one that started the war. He's the one not doing anything to end it. 100% to blame.
Door negotiations. The president's national security team, his advisors, have exuded significant time, energy, and effort to try to bring this war to an end. The American taxpayer has funded billions of dollars in this effort, and enough is enough. The president's frustrated. His patience is running very thin. He wants to do what's right for the world. He wants to see peace. He wants to see the.
I don't understand. He said it would be done day one, probably before he even gets in office. If you just elect him, they're going to end the war before he even gets in office. But if he has to do it on day one, he'll make one phone call. It'll be so easy, and it never should have happened. What happened to that? Oh, he was lying. Okay, shocking. And depressing shit, y'all. Meanwhile, just outright using the office of the presidency to enrich himself in a way that no human being has ever done before. Trump meme coin surges 50% after top holders offer dinner with the president. The Trump meme coin jumped more than 50% on Wednesday after the top 220 holders of the token were promised dinner with the president. Have dinner in Washington, D.C. with President Trump. Yay, us! Remember when Jimmy Carter had to put his peanut farm in a trust so there would be no conflict of interest? Now we got the president literally selling the office of the presidency to the top 220 buyers of his fake meme coin, people who have just outright bribed him and out in the open, totally legally. No reason to clean the money. You don't have to. And then, shockingly again, Trump doesn't seem to know why the Epstein files hasn't been released. He's like, what? Epstein? Who's Epstein? Never even heard of the guy. Watch this stupid ass bullshit.
Mr. President, when can we expect the Epstein documents to be released? The rest of them.
Which documents?
What? Who? What documents? I heard you quite clearly, but I'm trying to stall for time so I can figure out what to say. Because I'm real nervous about this question because, you know, I was best friends with Epstein. He's literally on audio talking about how me and him were best friends for 10 years. I was on Lolita Express multiple times. There were 12 different pieces of contact information in Jeffrey Epstein's little black book. When his right-hand woman, Ghislaine Maxwell, was arrested, I said that I just wished her well, hope the best for her. And who?
Epstein files.
I don't know. I'll speak to the Attorney General about that. I really don't know.
That's so stupid. I really don't know. I have no. What? This is the first I'm hearing about it. Believe me, I'll get to the bottom of this, y'all. Okay, I will ask her. I bet it's her fault. I told her specifically to release that. I wonder why she hasn't done it. We're all trying to figure out who's responsible for this.
That we've done the RFK. the Kennedy, Martin
Okay.
Luther King.
Nobody
is
care about that.
out there
Right.
very shortly.
Uh-huh.
So we'll find out. But
Yeah, we did all this other stuff. We did all the stuff that has nothing to do with me whatsoever. So I have no idea why we didn't release it, y'all.
And we've really announced we're doing them in full transparency. You know, when
So
we
transparent.
did JFK, people were saying, "Oh, maybe it wasn't all; it was all." And
That's not what they ask you, though. They ask you about the Epstein files. He dodging like a motherfucker. They don't care, though, folks. Remember, everybody who demanded the Epstein files be released when Biden was president don't give a fucking shit because they are the party of nothing. And if you dare point any of this out, though, folks, if you dare point out that the economy's crashing or that the dollar's crashing or the bond market is crashing or that Donald Trump is using the position of presidency to enrich himself or that we're a pariah state across the fucking globe or that he hasn't released the Epstein files like he said he would or that he didn't end the Ukraine war like he said he would or that he's continued to genocide the Palestinian people or, any of the million real-life horrible things Donald Trump is doing, you're just deranged, folks. You are so deranged by telling the truth.
So they're having a hard time coming to grips with reality.
Yes.
Clinical psychiatrists call this a psychotic break. When you sever yourself from reality and live in a different world that you've created in your own mind. These are the people we're dealing with. So they're having...
there's some projection for you, folks. It's always opposite day in America. Meanwhile, the... Home Health, Security Society, whatever it goes with. The Health and Human Services, nailed it. Plans to eliminate LGBTQ youth suicide hotline because why wouldn't they? This administration actually wants gay people to die or at least stay in the closet forever. No surprise there, folks. The cruelty is the point, always. And then Mr. Brainwares himself doesn't think that ADHD or ADD or Tourette syndrome or narcolepsy or autism was around when he was a kid because he'd never heard of it.
And these are a broad category, the ones that Marty mentioned, like ADHD, the neurological disorders, ADD, ADHD, speech delay, language delay, tics. Tourette syndrome, narcolepsy, ASD, and autism. All of these are injuries that I never heard of when I was a kid.
Shit you never heard of. Well, must not have existed then.
We're not part of the nomenclature.
Right, but you know that like scientific and medical knowledge advances over time. We understand better about, neurological issues and how to tell if somebody has them or not, right?
They weren't part of the dialogue. There was zero spent in this country treating chronic disease when my uncle was president. Today it's about 1.8 trillion.
Well, they're diagnosing it a lot more than they used to. Clearly. And you know what I never heard of as a kid? MAGA! Never heard of MAGA as a kid. I guess it's clearly making people stupid. I don't know how we could get any dumber, though. And speaking of not getting any dumber, somebody needs to check on Pete Kegsbreath, y'all. This dude not fucking mentally well. This seems like a parody to me. It's hard to believe this is real life, y'all, but ladies and gentlemen, I give you the man who is in charge of the entirety of the United States military.
And get along to go along. And, start doing Meet the Press and going to the Council on Foreign Relations and spending time with all the new cocktail sipping crowd. That's not why I'm here.
That's not what I'm here. Go along to get along.
What the fuck? Remember they were telling us, hey, our military is not respected and feared anymore because of trans people. There are like 10 trans people in the military, and also they're teaching people in the military to be nice to gays, and it's the woke. We're no longer respected anymore in our military because of the woke. No, motherfuckers. Our military is no longer respected and feared because of this. Because of the weekend Fox News correspondent we got running everything. Never-ending embarrassment. And Trump's EPA has rolled back regulations governing clean air. What do we need that for? Water. Fuck clean water. Wildlife. Kill them animals. And toxic chemicals. Delicious. It's estimated that these moves could result in 200,000 premature deaths by 2050. Your Earth Day reminder that Donald Trump is a danger to our planet and hell, but nobody cares. Trump supporters are more than willing to die. They're more than willing to let their children die. As long as Trump does exactly what he wants to do. As long as Trump makes another couple $1 billion, they'll let all of us die. Because Trump's well-being is their only concern. And then the FDA suspends quality testing of milk and dairy products. What do we need that for? The Food and Drug Administration is suspending a quality control program for testing of fluid milk and other dairy products due to reduced capacity in its Food Safety and Nutrition Division, according to an internal email sent by Reuters. The suspension is another disruption to the nation's food safety programs after the termination and departure of 20,000 employees checking on our food safety. So, hey, I wasn't going to drink milk anyway, but I'm definitely not going to drink the motherfucker now. Shit's gross, y'all. And God damn it, this is not the same country as it was, folks. Just a rancid corpse. And speaking of which, if you're in the future and you want to know why our society collapsed, it collapsed because Russia paid influencers online hundreds of thousands of dollars to spread propaganda, and instead of being punished for it, they got rewarded by getting invited to ask questions to the White House spokesperson. Case in point, bald Tim Pool. We can't have the AP there. We can't have Reuters. We can't have trusted, long-standing journalist news organizations. But you know what we can have? Beady baby bitch, squeaky ass Tim Pool. Let's listen to the incredible hard-hitting questions Tim Pool asked.
Many of the news organizations that are represented in this room have marched in lockstep on false narratives, such as the Very Fine People hoax, the Covington smear, and now what's being called the Maryland Man hoax.
Yes, all these shitty journalists that I'm in the room right now, you all suck ass. You all spread fucking misinformation. You all are the worst among us. So my question is, why is Trump so awesome and the media so shitty?
Where an MS-13 gang member adjudicated by 2 different judges, I believe, is just simply being referred to as a Maryland man over and over again.
Literally, he is trying to sell us down the river, disappear to the concentration camps. It'll be Tim Pool who's responsible for it. If your relatives get disappeared, y'all, remember who's to blame.
Now, in an effort from the White House to expand access to new companies, you've created this new media seat. So I'm wondering if you can comment on following this expansion, you've had numerous outlets disparage the companies that you've had sit here, as well as the reporters. I'm wondering if you could comment on the unprofessional behavior, as well as elaborate if there's any plans to expand access to new companies.
So basically his question is, hey, thanks for inviting right-wing shitheads to ask you softball questions. Are you thinking about inviting even more of us here to ask you complete goddamn nonsense and waste everybody's time? And the answer is yes, they're going to fill the whole goddamn room with ass kissers and right-wing sycophants. And there's Ice Barbie and Bald Tim Pool. And has there ever been a man who is more insecure about being bald in the history of mankind than Bald Tim Pool? Why is it that right-wingers always talk about masculinity? About how pussy-ass soy boys are taking over the planet, yet almost all their representatives are these little squeaky pussies. These insecure betas.
Little Tim Pool with his beanie.
Just with his squeaky ass fucking voice. Just goddamn it. What a squeaky bitch. And already showed you that one. He did make $400,000 from Russia too, by the way. That's why he's there though. And yep, here was him when Zelensky didn't wear a suit.
Zelensky refused to wear a suit. Oh my God. He has no respect for the president or the presidential office. Zelensky.
And now he's wearing the exact same outfit. You're wearing the exact same shit you were wearing. I guess this is his favorite outfit, y'all. He thinks he looks cool, but you don't. You look insecure. Good God, dude. How you going to be rich and still bald? It don't make no sense, y'all. I'm poor and even I got hair transplant. And the memes are pretty good, though.
Take off your hat. Take off your hat right now.
I'm going to eat you like some gobble goo, motherfucker. But he never going to. Just remember, when the revolution happens, y'all, take off that hat. And Donald Trump, though, not the only incredibly corrupt right-wing politician out there, folks. It's a smorgasbord of them. $10 million in Medicaid money went to DeSantis PAC. Shocker. The $10 million the Governor Ron DeSantis administration diverted to a state-created charity last year consisted of Medicaid dollars owed to the state and federal taxpayers, contrary to what the governor and other officials have publicly asserted. 3 years ago, lawyers working with the state drew up a settlement agreeing that said Florida's largest Medicaid contractor, Centene, overbilled taxpayers $67 million for medications, according to the copy. Anyway, they stole the money. The poorest, most vulnerable people among us who needed it got robbed once again by their representatives. Always happen. And then let's see them get hoisted by their own petard. Sarah Sanders used to be White House spokesperson. Now she's the governor of Arkansas. One of the first things she promised as the governor of Arkansas is, I'm not going to be taking any more socialism, y'all. Socialism is bad. And now, tornadoes hitting all across Arkansas, and she fucking begging the Orange Grove, I'll suck your dick for some socialism, Trump. And I'll give him credit. He's like, nah, I got Laura Loomer to do that for me. You're even uglier than she is somehow. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders has begged President Donald Trump to reconsider his rejection of her request for disaster relief funds after tornadoes devastated her state last month. The former Trump White House press secretary wrote to Trump in March, begging, please. The plea for help marks a significant departure from the statement Sanders made in 2023. As long as I'm your governor, the meddling hand of big government creeping down from Washington, D.C. will be stopped cold at the Mississippi River, she wrote in a post. Hey, what out of that? Fucking hypocrite. Of course, it's always the way. She only meant no socialism for everybody else, folks. She only meant like the blue states. For them, they get everything. They got theirs. Fuck you. Pull the ladder up behind them. That's conservatism 101. And speaking of which, Kash Patel also cashing in on the idiot American taxpayers. Kash Patel used FBI jet paid for by taxpayers to attend UFC and 2 NHL games. Why not, baby? We're the biggest suckers and losers of the planet. Why would you not take full advantage of us if you could? That's the whole point. Meanwhile, in my neck of the woods, Mississippi, governor declares Confederate Heritage Month. Oh, my God. Come on! This is why we can't have nice things, folks. I swear I would run for governor if I thought I had a snowball's chance in hell and winning, but I can't even get like 600 people to watch this show, much less as an atheist gonna get elected in Mississippi. But holy fuck, just the racism never ends. It's 100% about racism. Confederate heritage. They were traitors. They lost. They fought for slavery. Read the secession articles written by Mississippi. They laid out why they were doing it. There were like 10 different reasons that they were seceding from the Union, and 9 of them were for slavery. It was like, we're seceding because of slavery. They're taking away our slaves. We love slaves. All day slaves, motherfuckers. They said it. So yeah, that is our heritage, but not really something we want to celebrate. You wouldn't think, but it's Tate Reese. I'm the dumbest backwoods motherfucker on the planet, y'all. I'm the governor of Mississippi. Yep. This is why we're laughing stocks of the world, Mississippi. You asked for it, you fucking got it. Never gonna change. But good news, at least Sarah Palin lost her defamation lawsuit against the New York Times yet again. A jury concluded Tuesday that the New York Times did not libel former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin for an error in 2017 editorial that she says damaged her reputation. Here's the free speech absolutist, folks. To them, free speech only means protection to say the N-word or to platform Nazis, but you better not dare say anything they don't like or they'll sue the shit out of you to shut you up, to intimidate anybody else who might speak out against them. Conservatism 101, hypocrisy 24 goddamn 7. And finish you guys off with a couple town halls. First off, Representative Byron Donalds getting the business for defending Deutsch. It's almost like he's not worried about getting thrown out of office at all. It's almost like he knows your vote doesn't count. This one from Blue Sky.
They're firing people.
They're literally not doing that. Everything he's saying is wrong. He's saying they're just investigating and they're showing us they're firing, and then Congress has to vote. But that's not what's happening. They're literally firing people, and they're also canceling contracts and not giving up the money that Congress has already appropriated for them. So every word out of his mouth, of course, as always, is a fucking lie. That's why they're yelling at him. They know he's lying. He knows they know he's lying, but he also knows that their vote doesn't count anymore. So he can just say whatever the fuck he wants to.
Congress has to weigh in on this. They're firing people. This works. If you're just upset because Donald Trump has Elon Musk doing it.
Okay, I would be upset if it was just because he had Elon Musk doing it. That alone would upset me. Somebody who is not in any way experienced enough to do that, qualified enough to forensically examine our entire government and decide what gets cut and what's not. Also, the richest man in the world with tons of conflict of interest, firing the inspectors that are investigating his bullshit, dangerous products, taking away grants from competing organizations while the government funnels billions of dollars to him. Yes, if it were that alone, I would still have a problem with it. But obviously, that's not the only problem we have with it, you fucking liar. Hey, look, they're all bailing out because they know it's a waste of fucking time. He doesn't care what they say. He's not listening to them.
We have to make sense. We have to agree on certain things.
He doesn't work for you. Your vote doesn't count. The sooner you realize that, the better you'll be, folks. And another great example of this, over in Martin County. Don't log into that. That's fucking Instagram. Fuck Instagram.
We are experiencing a blatant violation of America's system of checks and balances. We are kidnapping people, even trafficking them to another country, paying to keep them imprisoned. That is not how deportation works. No trial, no proof, no paper trail. We are the terrorists in this situation. If no one in our government does anything about this, then this can happen to anyone. There will not be a single person in this country who is safe if this goes unchecked. Our Constitution will be null and void, and fascism will be here. I didn't vote for this. You took an oath to support and defend the Constitution and the freedom it affords its citizens against all enemies, foreign and domestic. How can you support our president in these actions? And does this contradict your belief in the Constitution?
Then I support 100%. Deporting the individuals that are in the United States of America illegally. 100%.
Yeah, that's not what he asked you, though. She asked you about due process, about disappearing people for life, never seeing their friends, never seeing their family again, to a foreign concentration camp. And, of course, he's for that. He works for Israel. If Israel decides we have to be locked up and sent to the gulags, they will, in a heartbeat, send American citizens to the gulags. That's what they're setting up, folks. That's where we're fucking heading. I sure hope people rise up against it before it's too fucking late, if it's not already. And that is my Chud Watch for Israel. And shut up, Dusty. Hey, you know what Patreon is? So it's like this really cool thing that all the cool kids are doing. You don't want to be left out, do you? So basically, I'm a digital busker. I make free content. I try to entertain you. And if I entertain you, if you like what I do, could you chip in a couple bucks? Like, please, because I need the money for cats and food. I would appreciate it. So, first link in the description of this video. If you click on it, pops up my Patreon. This button right here, become a member. Could you please consider chipping in a couple bucks? Not only do you get to help the world's greatest show stay in business, but also you get access to all the after parties, and we got a good after party for you guys tonight. I've been slacking a little bit, but it starts here. Not a long one, but I got some good stuff in here, so you don't want to miss it. So go get your ticket tonight for the after party and join me. And please support the show if you can. Thank you in advance. And all right, let's read the super chats. See how we did tonight. And I bet Rebecca's the first one. Superhero Rebecca. Keeping this show in bed and saying, yep, great imagery. Exhausted from working with my chud patients today. Your show is a mental lifesaver. Hey, thank you, hero. Not only do you help support the show, but you also take care of people. One of the best humans on earth. And that's not just because you're buying my love, although it helps. Thank you, Rebecca. See you tomorrow. And speaking of buying my love, BBC. Thank you, BBC. That's the way to do it. 10 free tickets. 10. That's like $30, y'all. That's some really cool stuff. If you got your free ticket from BBC, give him your love and show up at tonight's after party. We're going to hang out right after the show. And if you want a ticket, hey, you can buy one for $2.99. Great way to help out the show and help me to be able to place more emojicons like the new one. Woo! And thank you, BBC. $5 to Natural Bash. Keep it up. I will. You cool pair, motherfucker. And Sedona Rose, $5. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for making my favorite show. Hey, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for supporting it. It takes a village, and I love being able to hang out with you guys. And Jeffrey's back. Jeffrey's back. Hey, Jeffrey, I don't know if you saw, but like you gave me $100 on a previous show, and I read it at the end, but I didn't read it when you gave it to me. I don't know if you bailed out and didn't see me read it, but I did read it, okay? And I'm sorry I didn't read it right off the bat. It didn't show it to me because it fucked me, and it fucked you, but I got it, buddy, and thank you for coming back. Hey, Dusty, sharing my cabbage with you when I'm able. I look forward to your shows. You're one of the good ones, my friend. You are, Jeffrey. I sure appreciate you. You're very generous, and thank you. Good to see you tonight. Hey, welcome to Dusty Buddy, Jeffrey. Fuck yeah. Hey, spam that chat with impunity. You got a new emoji con. Use it, buddy. Charlie Kelly, $20. Rights are make-believe, folks. The only right you have is the right this way. George Carlin, yeah, they call it the American dream because you got to be asleep to believe it. Also, George Carlin, and thank you, Charlie Kelly, appreciate you. Delicious Smoky Stew gave me $15 and said, happy to be here tonight. Less oligarchy, more Luigi. They're going to kill our boy Luigi, man. Somebody asked me if they sent you to the gulags, but you were in the same cell with Luigi, would it be worth it? And hell no, would it be worth it? Fuck that shit. He handsome, but he not that handsome. He ain't fucking go to prison for him handsome. But I would be the top, y'all. I don't give a shit what you say. I will be the top. Fuck Luigi. He got a bottom for me. Agent Orange, $21. I hate being late. No forgiveness. Here's my penance. I hope I'm using the word correctly, perfectly, and I guess I'll forgive you on account of me being a slut for money. Thank you, Agent Orange. Good to see you tonight. Little me, $20. Dusty Mods. Chat, hi, everyone. Hopefully, I can join live again soon. Hey, it's good to have you here, Mimi. And as always, thanks to our awesome mods who tirelessly work for free to make the show so good. Keep out all the riffraff. So thank you guys for doing what you do. And thank you, Little Mimi, for supporting the show. And Swaggering Cat, going to make me read him sexy. The pharaohs are undocumented and illiterate. We'll teach them cats how to read. Still, they don't need the executive orders explained for them. They send their regards. Oh, shit, yeah. As always, big scritches to all yours, Swaggering Cat, and I appreciate you and your generosity. And, fuck Trump! And Job, $20, chin up. All right, chin up. Ta-da's out. I'll pull them out for you. Boom, I got a nice C-cup. Watching for the shoe. Watch for the shoe? Don't throw those shoes at me now. Thank you, Jude. Appreciate you. Good to see you tonight, $20. And Bogo gets it one. Got them one ticket. Appreciate you, Bogo. Thank you. And I thank you, everybody donating tonight. And you guys have plenty of time to donate if you want to. I'm going to read all the rest of the Super Chats at the end of the show. So if you like my program, hey, have me read your words. It'll be super cool. But for now, we're going to move on to a little thing I like to call Elon. Oh, baby, this motherfucker got to go. And I need to make new intros for that. I haven't got around to it yet. I need to work on my book. I got to get my book done first. And then I'm going to redo all the graphics for the show, but I got to get my book done first, y'all. I got to quit lollygagging. God damn it, time goes by so fast. First off, Musk tells investors he's cutting back significantly on Doge work after Tesla reports plummets in profits. So I guess Elon going to be leaving Doge for too long. Says he's going to still go work for Donald Trump a day or two a week, but he's been neglecting his other businesses. He don't like that everybody hates his guts. He feels underappreciated and good. Take your ass back to where you fucking belong. And Tim Walz. I have mixed feelings about Tim Walz, y'all. To be honest with you, I don't think Tim Walz was a good choice for vice presidential candidate for Kamala Harris. I tried to get them to go with Pete Buttigieg. Everybody was like, no, he's too gay. You can't have both a black woman and a gay dude. I'm like, I think it would have been fine, to be honest with you. I think Pete would have nailed it. We got Pete coming up in the hero section, and man, what a good speaker. Anyway, pretty good comeback, though, for the top rope. Politico, Musk stepping back from government work amid plummeting Tesla sales. Walls is like, he's taking a break from destroying your retirement plan to try to save his own. A true story, and he did it, folks. Here's the crazy world which we live in, folks, and it's so dispiriting. We now live in a world where nothing means anything. Words don't mean the definitions they used to mean. We're all just kind of floating around each other, all living separately in our own realities, only very loosely connected together. Like this story, Tesla profits plummeted 71% amid backlash to Musk's role with Trump administration. So Tesla released their earnings yesterday, or a day before yesterday, I guess, after the markets closed. And it was dog shit, just like we expected. Sales plummeting all across the fucking globe. Nobody wants to be seen in a Tesla anymore. 71% less profit than last year, folks. 71%. That's like nearing bankruptcy. It's hard to get worse than that, folks. Yet the stock price went up 10%. Nothing is based on anything anymore. I've never seen anything like it. How can your profits plummet 71% and the stock price still goddamn go up? It's just so wild, this world in which we live. Here it is. It was up 5% today. It was up like 6% yesterday. It's 11% over the last 2 days after people found out the stock price lost 71%. Now, I understand it's a meme stock. It's not actually based on any fundamentals or anything. It's basically like Bitcoin at this point. Is that worse than Bitcoin? Because at least Bitcoin, there's only $21 million and it's decentralized. 21 million available, rather. And it's decentralized, unlike Tesla stock. But they cannot, and by they I mean our society cannot stop giving Elon Musk money. Even when he loses 71% of his profit, they still give this guy billions of dollars, more money than he needs to rule our politics for the rest of existence, y'all. That's how much money he made yesterday, the day before. Even though he's bankrupted the company. Just fuck this place, y'all. Fuck this. It's so bizarre. And climate activists tagging windows of Tesla showroom in downtown Manhattan today. Stock price just went up another 30%, y'all, from doing this. The worse he does, the more money he makes. Never seen anything like it. He reminds me of Kramer, just falling ass backwards into money. Former Tesla engineer says Musk threatened to deport her entire team for pointing out mats interfere with brakes. So she basically was like, hey, I think maybe the floor mats could slide up under the brakes and be dangerous. And they were like, hey, that's very astute of you to point out to us. Please come in to our headquarters and talk to us about it. She got there, and she said there was a couple big men who said she was fired and escorted her out of the building. Because I dare you try to save people's lives at Tesla. And after people heard this story that the Teslas are dangerous, stock market went up 20% for them. So nothing you can do. And apparently him and Bassett having shouting matches in the White House. I love to see them fight each other. Elon Musk and Treasury Secretary Scott Bassett got into a heated shouting match in earshot of President Trump and other officials in the White House last week during a dispute about the IRS. 2 witnesses and 3 sources briefed. And this happened, folks. This is not just a bullshit rumor that got spread by leakers. And you know how I know it's true? Because the White House is basically admitting it.
Look, there are disagreements amongst the president's staff and cabinet sometimes, but we think that's part of the healthy debate process, and everybody knows that ultimately President Trump is the decision maker.
Yeah, they did it. They fighting, throwing little hissy fits at each other, cat fight like the bitches they are, but it's all good, y'all. Everybody knows Daddy Trump makes the final decision, so let them kill each other, and hopefully they will. Fucking assholes. And that is my quick He Shall Be Elon section for this evening. I pay to see them slap fight. Hell yeah. Pay-per-view, baby. I actually like that slap fight for some reason. Power slap. I don't know why. It's basically CTE the sport, but I like watching grown men slap each other in the face. You can watch a whole pay-per-view in like 30 seconds. You just fast forward to the slaps, and usually whoever slaps first knocks the other guy out. You can watch the whole thing instantly. It's pretty good. And all right, we were along. Get your super chats in. I'm going to do a religious bullshit. I guess I'm going to do a religious bullshit. Free Palestine. No, I'm not. I'm just going to do religious bullshit by itself. It don't even need no tag-alongs. Religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. Boom! And folks, you're never going to believe this. They finally caught one. Arkansas youth pastor gets 110 years for child porn. The Pike County Sheriff's Department announced on Monday that an Arkansas pastor has been sentenced to 110 years in prison. The man, James Vincent Henry, who worked as a pastor in Delight, Arkansas, pleaded to 11 child sexual abuse material charges. As a result, Henry received 10 years per count for a total of 110 years in prison. And it's been 1 day since my last show, so of course, multiple have been arrested. Ohio evangelical megachurch leader and son of a Knox County Commissioner, Gary Tom Kesey Jr., has been indicted on the rape of 3 children.
With a minor.
Licking County Sheriff's investigators say the victims' ages range from 6 to 15 at the time of the alleged crimes. NBC4 crime and safety reporter Anna Hoffman breaks down the indictment.
Today, a Knox County grand jury indicted Cassis Jr. on 27 charges. Licking County authorities say there are 3 alleged victims. All at one point were members of Faith Life Church.
I just want to make sure everyone realizes that our focus is on the victims. That's what matters to us.
Gary Tom Cassis Jr., the son of leaders at Faith Life Church in New Albany, has been indicted on 11 counts of rape, 11 counts of gross sexual imposition, and 5 counts of unlawful sexual conduct with a minor.
Damn, dude was busy. I think this is the same one. Yep, same dude. Son of prominent megachurch pastor charged with 27 sex crimes. But look how cool he looks in his glove and his windbreaker. New Christianity is awesome, isn't it? They're so hip. They're so cool. Keep taking your children to them, dickheads. And that anti-choice activist Seth Gruber wants you to know the devil has a political party he prefers.
Jesus is neither a Republican or a Democrat. Amen.
Okay,
absolutely.
Right.
He
Amen.
is the king, by the way. But Satan is definitely a Democrat. I can guarantee you that. Satan has the letter D right before Beelzebub.
Yeah, but it stands for dick, though. I think you're misrepresenting that.
Okay, that's his party. That's where he can do the most damage.
Damn! I was already selling to the Democrats. Quit trying to make Democrats look so cool, okay? Actually, I don't like the Democrats. I don't want to be a part of them. But it's almost like you're trying to make me want to be a Democrat. But good God, I, for one, welcome our devilish overlords. Bah! What a nerd. Why the fuck would the devil have a political party? Seems like he would have more important things to worry about than America. And then this one is kind of hard to understand what he's saying. But if you listen closely, you can make out the words. Basically, he's explaining to his congregation, fucking asshole, why did you do that? Get your ass off, bitch. Just pissed all over my bed again. Why are you doing that, you fucking asshole? Just good God, I don't want you to do that anymore. Quit it. I'm about to get her fucking fixed. I'm going to cut out your ovaries or whatever, however they do that. Tie up your bits. Pissing motherfucker. Anyway, just to this, as he's telling his congregation that Jesus hates the poor.
If I tell something, it will baffle you. Jesus never visited any poor person in the house.
That smells like piss.
That means he hates poverty. Check. He visited Lazarus. Why? You are not poor. They were giving him food.
Fucking asshole.
He visited a sinner called Zacchaeus, who was rich. Tell me one poor man Jesus entered his house. He hates poverty. That's the meaning. He hates people who are poor. He wants to bring you. He died for you not to be poor. So how can you now come into a church, have that kind of mentality? You can come poor, but you're not permitted to remain poor. Nothing wrong you coming to Christ as a poor man, but it's wrong for you to remain what? It is wrong. If I tell something, it will baffle you. Jesus never visited any poor person in the house.
Yeah, Jesus hates poor people. Says the guy who's clearly never read the Bible before. I'm all covered in hair now. I got piss smell all over the goddamn room. Just fuck my life. Anyway. Yeah, I hate that smell. Son of a bitch. Does not smell good. I gotta smell fucking cat piss for the fucking rest. I'm gonna be angry now. And then fucking weirdos. This ain't doing shit. Imagine being a grown-ass man, let people pour oil all over you. Just so stupid. Tell me this ain't sexual, y'all. These people are just fucking perverted freaks. I see right through that. And no integrity to be seen. So they're thinking about making the new pope black. So, of course, DEI, he's a DEI pope. He's a woke pope. They're only making him the pope because they're woke as DEI, but it turns out he's even more conservative than the old pope. Just because he's black doesn't mean he's not a giant fucking dickhead. Darko says, oh, great, a DEI pope to match the times. To which they say, you dumbass, the black one is the most conservative candidate. He's anti-LGBTQ, anti-Islam, and other shit. And he's like, nice. Oh, I love him now. He's a bigot like me? Sign him up. I wasn't aware. Yeah, you're a fucking bigoted moron. I'll do a little more research. Doubtful. Damn, this is a huge L. Just proves that crying about DEI is just another excuse to be racist. And yes, we already knew it, but thank you for once again proving it. Not very hard to see. And then last but not least, let's check in with the Call on Jesus bus. Oh, I guess you should have called somebody else. It looks like you should have called Muhammad or something to me. But, oh my God, no, oh, no, Jesus, no,
this
whatever.
dramatic video of a bus exploding into thick smoke and flames. Firefighters say a compressed natural gas
called the fire department,
on
not
that
Jesus.
Louisiana transit bus ruptured today, and that started the fire. Fortunately, they were able to evacuate all 11 passengers before the whole thing exploded, so no one was injured on the bus, which had the phrase "Call on Jesus" written.
Already, maybe Jesus is not on your side. You guys should have picked another God, and that is my religious bullshit. I know there ain't no fucking Jesus because my goddamn bed smells like cat piss now, so whatever. Whatever. And all right, I'll move along because I got to get the show over with, folks, because I can't say this fucking smell, so let's go ahead and do a Free Palestine Trash World what the fuck combo. So I don't have the Free Palestine, but Free Palestine. What the fuck? Trash world. And first off, on the Palestinian part, Donald Trump wants to let us all something that we all already knew, of course, 100%. I just spoke to Prime Minister of Israel, Bibi Netanyahu, relative to numerous subjects, including trade, Iran, etc. The call went very well. We are on the same side of every issue. Yeah, no, fuck. We already know this. We already know you work for him. We already know our country completely taken over by a foreign government. We already know who rules us, Donald Trump. But hey, thank you for making it clear once again. And then the Anti-Defamation League. We want you guys to know we're not there for human rights. We don't give a shit if they violate people's free speech. We're just here for Israel, baby. We love it when they violate your free speech. You don't even have any free speech. You don't have the right to speak out against Israel. Anybody who wants to stop the genocide is a bunch of Hamasniks. That's the new word, Hamasniks. I guess it's like beatniks, which is an old term for hippie. But instead, they're Hamasniks. Let's have a listen.
Is also arresting international students, revoking some of their visas. You have been really clear that due process is essential. You have said that it's not even remotely clear that this has been the standard. What is the ADL doing to pressure the White House to give students who are being arrested due process?
Well, look, at the ADL, it's our job to protect the Jewish people We're not sort of public defenders for some of the Hamasniks on these college campuses, and I don't want to be.
Yeah, hey, I know we pretended to care about free speech and human rights and the Constitution, but that was all bullshit. We only care about Israel. We don't give a fuck about the United States or those that want to stop us from committing genocide. So let me get that straight right now. And hey, you didn't have to tell me because I already knew, but thank you for clarifying it for me, Greenblatt. And these fucking idiots. Here's Riley Gaines, famous because she came in 5th in a race with a trans woman. That's the only thing she ever did in her entire life, but that's all you have to do. When you're a conservative, you can literally make an entire career off losing. That's how pathetic they are. And she's like, they're all mad because of this band who I never heard of before, but now I've heard of them because they're all outraged. It's the Streisand effect. The more you guys complain about it, the more famous you make these people. I guess they're called Kneecap. They're an Irish band. I've never heard any of their music, but they all mad because they was at Coachella and they had a sign up behind it that said, fuck Israel, free Palestine. And I think I speak for every decent person when I say, fuck Israel, free Palestine. Anyway, Riley Gaines says, has some words for the band that did this. To see on stage a large billboard that says, fuck Israel. It's unreal. This didn't happen in Nazi Germany in 1930s. Yeah, you know why? Because Israel didn't exist then. Israel's brand new. They've only been colonizing the Palestinians for like less than 100 years. Might want to crack open a history book. Fucking loser. You know who else is mad about it, folks? Oh, this is, I'll save this for the end because that's fucking disgusting. Fucking Sharon Osbourne! Horrific cunt. One of the worst people in history, Sharon Osbourne. I know we're supposed to love the Osbourne because Ozzy Osbourne is like an American icon or something, but I don't fucking get it. Never got it. Fuck Ozzy Osbourne. Fuck his stupid music. Fuck the whole Osbourne family. So the most unlikable goddamn piece of shit you've ever wanted to meet or see. And of course, this plastic surgeon, Ozempic nightmare, only cares about murdering children. I dare you speak out against it. Sharon Osbourne calling for Kneecap's work visa to be revoked because fuck your free speech. You're not allowed to speak out against our Jewish overlords. And here she is.
Coachella 2025 will be remembered as a festival that compromised its moral and spiritual integrity. A golden voice, blah, blah, blah.
Anyway, long story short, she don't like Coachella because they let a band do whatever the fuck they wanted to. And big ups to Kneecap. They're getting lots of press. They're doing really fucking well. And despite what Sharon Osbourne might have hoped for, they have sold out their tour. And I remember when bands used to have guts and balls and nuts and sacks, y'all. I remember when bands weren't afraid to be political. They used to stand up for causes, for right and wrong, speak out against fascism. Something happened where musicians, where artists became cowardly. We're too afraid to alienate people, to stand up for what's the fuck's right. And so few of them have actually spoken out about this. So the few that actually do, they get rewarded for it. So let this be an example to you all. Standing up for what you believe. Standing up for the oppressed. People respect that. And people will reward you for it. So thank you, Kneecap. Still haven't heard your music, but I definitely appreciate you. And one more on the Free Palestine section. There's no hate like Christian love, folks. The Misfit Patriot says, I'm okay with as many dead kids as it takes to stop Hamas. You people sound like woke leftists trying to make an emotional argument so you can argue from a position of moral superiority. Yeah, you know, not murdering kids. I would say that's probably a moral superior position if you are in any way a decent, empathetic human being, right? You might as well put a rainbow flag and pronouns in your bio. Just fuck everything about this, folks. He's advocating for the murder of innocent children and he's using a few people putting rainbows and pronouns in their bio as some kind of justification for this. What a trash fucking place we live, y'all. If you try to emotionally blackmail me, I will pull your fucking card. Literally every single Palestinian can die if that's what it takes to save Israel? How many kids were in Sodom and Gomorrah? God didn't give a fuck about how many, because the number of people who were righteous was 0. What about the firstborn of the children in Egypt? How many children died in Hiroshima or Nagasaki? All of them. That's my acceptable cost. Palestinians raped and murdered 1,200 innocent people. Took Americans hostages. Fuck them and their whole bloodline. You fucking pussies don't give a fuck about all the tragedies of the world until it's the people who chant death to America. Fuck them and fuck you too. Yep. What are you gonna do, folks? It's a nightmare. These are the people who rule us now. These are the people in charge, the gleefully evil all day long, forcing us to pay for child murder while they shove the shit in our face. It's untenable. It has to collapse. Fuck everything about this. And when the revolution happens, remember these people's words, y'all. And then on the what the fuck section, you guys see this one? Here's Trump's America. This guy claims somebody was throwing eggs at his apartment. This 11-year-old girl was walking by. He thought she had something to do with it, so he tackles her until people come to her aid to rescue her.
I'm recording. Get off of her!
So, yeah, he got arrested. Enjoy prison, fucko. Marius Gabriel Mutu. What'd he get? Not Hispanic or Latino. Not a drag queen. Hair brown, 5'8". Yep. What a fucking pathetic loser. Always something in this stupid fucking country. And one more on the what the fuck section. Oh, yeah, did you guys see this one? I thought this was pretty good. Now, I don't know how old this is. This could be old. I had no clue. This is the first time I've ever seen it. Did you guys see the competition where professional hide-and-seekers, which apparently is a real thing, were hiding from the FBI in various disguises? They had 1 hour to hide from the FBI. If they did it, they got $50,000. You guys see this? Here's a minute and 20 seconds.
This is the most hardcore hide-and-seek. Players will each perform the best hide-and-seek maneuvers because their opponents are well-trained FBI. They are also equipped with thermal imaging sensors, tactical drones, and other sophisticated equipment. If you can evade the search of this elite team and stay out of sight for an hour, players will win $50,000 in prize money. Player number 1, Mike. He hired a Hollywood special effects artist to make him look like a rock with movie-quality makeup. His plan is to bury his entire body in the ground. This slope of red dirt was perfect for his face. As he lay down on the slope, Mike asked his assistant to help him bury his body. And then, finally, he sprinkled in a few dead leaves and a few grasses. He blended in perfectly with his surroundings. He just needs to control his breathing. How would you rate Mike's camouflage? Player number 2, Jack. He's building a floating beaver lodge. He has created a perfect imitation of a beaver den and made a special urine mixture to blind the canine's palate. In addition, he made a periscope to watch the FBI. He's really thought this through. Then Jack put on a wetsuit into a floating bush and swam out into the middle of the swamp. From a distance, he looks very well camouflaged. The interior is actually quite spacious. It's just very uncomfortable in the water. Player number 3, Jimmy, has built a matchbox. He believes that the most dangerous place is the safest place. All it had to do was to be placed against the house. The hunters would never have guessed. There's a different kind of player in this game. This seemingly simple wooden box has a hidden secret. When you lift it up, you need to look down to find him. Hiding time is almost over. The FBI team is ready to go. Who will survive the hour-long search?
So if you guys are wondering how this turned out, join me on tonight's after party. We're going to watch the 10 minutes where it shows who won the contest and what happened. So, gonna be fun. Not gonna want to miss it. If you don't have your ticket to the after party, get one right now. Become a patron or sign up for the Dust Buddies. And 2 quick trash worlds. First off, top 19 truly super wealthy U.S. families grew $1 trillion richer last year. And yep, that's the plan, folks. Everything for them, nothing for us, as they funnel every cent they can directly to their bank accounts. And this is the whole point of the tariffs too, folks, to shuffle the tax burden onto the poor and the middle class so they pay absolutely nothing. They are a parasite on us. They will kill the host, folks. They can't control themselves. They can't stop themselves. It is up to us to stop them before we all die. And you guys want to see how corruption works? Not even trying to hide it. Must be nice for the rules not to apply to you.
Picked up some.
Is your camera on?
It is.
I'm the police chief in Tampa.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm hoping that you'll just let us go tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll say now that you say you look familiar, so.
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
Okay. So, all right, folks. Well, have a good night. Staying over here in East Lake Woodlands?
We live in East Lake Woodlands.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, it's nice to meet you. So, I'm Deputy Jacoby.
Okay. Same here, my friend.
All right.
Take care of yourself.
All right.
Sorry
Take care.
to bother you.
All right. No worries. No worries. Like I say, we have a lot of problem with the golf carting around here. You know, everybody gets out.
We don't normally come out.
We
but
never
the club
come
was
out.
closed,
We
so we
never,
went to the Greek place to get some food.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. All right, then we'll take care. And it was nice meeting you.
All right.
Oh, all right.
You ever need anything, call me.
Okay.
Serious.
All right.
Serious?
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for yours.
Thank you.
So, take care.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good night, folks.
Yeah, we went.
Almost like there's a different set of rules for law enforcement. Almost like the laws don't apply to them. Nice! And that is my Free Palestine, What the Fuck Trash World. Triple combo tonight. Did the hat trick. And drugs, yep, crooked cops. Let me give you my card so we can all scratch each other's ball sacks. Winona Chud, holy shit, she lost her job. You about to lose your job remix. Yeah, I did see she did some other corrupt shit. Let me take a look what else it said. Said Tampa police chief resigns after footage shows her flashing badge in golf cart traffic stop. I think that's a different traffic stop. Looks like a completely separate incident. To me, let's see.
Joining us tonight, first up here at 6 o'clock, Tampa's top cop is out. Just 10 months after getting picked for the job, Mayor Jane Castor today asked for and received Police Chief Mary O'Connor's resignation.
Good.
This comes after video showed her asking for special treatment during a traffic stop. She and her husband were pulled over for not having a license plate on their golf cart. O'Connor pulled out her badge and told a Pinellas County deputy she was Tampa's chief of police. Fox 13's Evan Axelbank now takes a look at what comes next.
We already know. She got fired. You lost her job. Good. Hey, a little
The mayor said
justice in the world. Love to see that. Rarely have any justice these days. So nice, nice. And all right, folks. Last chance to get your super chats in. We got a Beyond Parody followed by a Short Heroes coming up. Then we're going to do a after party and watch the hide and seek competition. So I look forward to that. But for now, it's time for Beyond Parody. And first off, oh my God, they're so lame, so cringe, so clearly gay funded by billionaires and Russians. Benny Johnson posts this picture, a video of RFK Jr. And he is literally just walking down the street holding a bottle. That's all he's doing. He's walking with a bottle. So Benny Johnson says, RFK Jr. casually walking around D.C. with a Saratoga bottle is aura. Oh, look at the aura. It's so aura. Watch him as he walks around holding a bottle. It's so cool, so amazing how he walks and holds a bottle at the same time. What even is this? Good goddamn. Dudes, this guy makes millions of dollars a year posting shit like this. This is what a trash planet this is. This is how unserious we are as a human species. This guy, this nerdy little dweeb, has no talent, no discernible, decent qualities about him, making millions of dollars saying the dumbest fucking shit because we are not a decent people. And, speaking of which, Nancy Mace, always the eternal victim, y'all. First off, remember the gay guy who very nicely, very politely said, hey, Nancy, when you going to have some more town halls? And then she pulled out her phone and she's like, I voted for gay marriage. And he was like, what the fuck? I didn't say anything about gay marriage. And she's like, well, you're clearly gay. Your whole world revolves around you being gay, clearly, because that's how I see the world. Anyway, apparently she was so scared by this terrifying gay man.
This guy approached me, and I will tell you, I felt threatened, I felt harassed, and I will tell you, as someone who's experienced
this guy, you felt threatened by this guy. Okay, well, if you felt threatened by this guy, maybe you shouldn't be in politics. Maybe you should never leave the house. Seems like you're scared of your own goddamn shadow. I thought you were this brave fucking warrior, this never back down hardcore bitch. Somehow I think you're lying.
trauma in her life, and a lot of women will understand what I'm talking about when some guy when gets in your face.
He literally wasn't anywhere near you. He was at least 6 foot away from you.
And approaches you in the aggressive manner that he
literally wasn't being aggressive in any way whatsoever. You recorded it. You know that you uploaded the video, right? We saw it.
Did, and you feel like you're in danger.
They're just such eternal victims. These same people that blame the left for playing the oppression Olympics never find a situation that they're not somehow the goddamn victim of. And speaking of Nancy Grace and Beyond Parody, folks, this is going to seem like AI, but it's not. I'm not kidding. I'm not just saying that as a joke. This is not AI. So this is a real video that she uploaded of herself reading negative comments that she's received on social media.
Messages that I receive, social media comments, you name it. And you wonder why. Women fight back. Strong women fight back. So here you go. Listen up. Nancy Mace is a nasty bitch. I would pay money to see Mace get fucking decked in the mouth. Nancy Mace is a literal cunt. Nancy Mace is a cunt. Happy Easter.
No lies detected.
That's the tweet. Nancy Mace is such a cunt. Useless piece of straight trash. Nancy Mace is a disgusting pig bitch. We need to bully this ugly bitch back to the closet she came out of. You're just a lying ass cunt. Nancy Mace, you're a dumb rat. Bitch. You're an absolute bitch. You whore. You're a piece of shit. Nancy Mace is a worthless cunt. You're a horrible excuse for a human. Fuck off, bitch. I sincerely hope that you and all the Trump people can go where you deserve, and that is straight to hell. Nancy, for someone with the bone structure of a fucking man, you should shut the fuck up sometimes. I want you to shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about you. I hope you have a fucking horrible life. Fuck you, bitch. Step down, you stupid ass white supremacist, racist, homophobic piece of trash. You're a disgrace. You're straight garbage.
You are garbage.
Nancy dumbass Mace.
You are a dumbass.
Heartless bitch.
You are heartless.
Burn in hell.
I wish. So, super cool. Big ups to all those heroes for telling the truth to Nancy Mace. Gotta love it. And then, young Trump staffers are complaining they can't date in D.C. because everyone hates them. Ha ha! Oh, boo-hoo. The being a bootlicking fascist make it hard to date. Wah! Yeah, die alone. Hey, suicide's always an answer, just saying, okay? All right, it's not the only answer. Not saying you should do it, just saying you might consider it. Nobody will ever love you. You're garbage. Check out. Go towards the light. And then here's how dumb and unserious this country is. Here's Glenn Beck. Apparently the new enemy this week is museums. Can't have any in this country. So first, teachers are the enemy. And then it's librarians. And now it's museums. Anything milquetoast and decent has to be the enemy to right-wingers. There always has to be some kind of new enemy to outrage you by. Glenn Beck went to the worst Smithsonian experience yet. Yikes! Dirty and woke. Yeah, fucking dirty and woke. Smithsonian. Just fuck these people. Always complaining about something. The outrage machine never stops. And speaking of the outrage machine, apparently the new thing that the right-wing broke brain wormers are upset about this week is the new Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake. Apparently they remade the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. They put it out yesterday. Supposed to be pretty good. I heard you can play it in VR. I'm going to try that shit. Going to play it in VR, let you guys know. But apparently they changed one word in it. They changed the thing from male to female to body type. And everybody's mad about it. And by everybody, I mean a very few dweebs, these incels who would never kiss a girl, and no one who will ever love them. So they hate the world because everybody hates them. So Grums posted the screenshot. Why do they do this? There was zero need to change this in Oblivion Remastered. Bring back the original male and female. And here, it used to be male and female. Now it says body type 1 and 2. And oh no, a minor change to a game. Seriously, you guys need some near-death experiences to get your priorities straight. Imagine having nothing else to bitch about. But also, I get it. They make millions of dollars. Young men can't get enough watching videos about how everything's woke and everything sucks. You think they would get tired of the same video a million times, but they don't seem to. And the gaming industry is evolving backwards. Look! It used to be male, female, and now it's body type. Ruined! It's ruined! And oh no, they changed some text. The game is ruined forever. Honk the clown nose. And yes, God, you guys are such fucking losers. You wonder why there is a male loneliness epidemic. It's because nobody wants to be associated with you. You could be the best looking dude in the world, but if you behave like this, if this is your personality, you are absolutely unfuckable. And it's 100% your fault. Be better, man. And then, I don't know if this is true or not. I mean, this is true that Jeffree Star said this, but it's possible that I think it's a he, y'all. I think Jeffree Star goes by he, him pronouns, even though dude looks like a lady. Doesn't matter. He's a gay dude, okay, I think. Anyway, used to be rumors swirling around that Kanye and Jeffree Star were fucking. And so apparently Jeffree Star now saying it was all true. Jeffree Star hinted in a new post that the old rumors that he had a relationship with Kanye West were true. Oh, fuck it, the rumors were true. After Kanye West came out and said that he sucked his 9-year-old cousin's dick until he was 14. Yeah, he said it. I ain't making it up. Watch the last show. And folks, I was going to make a new video about the latest post from Kanye West, but YouTube has already banned it before I even started working on it, so didn't do it. Anyway, I don't know if it's true, but I believe it because I want to. And last but not least, on tonight's Beyond Parody. Oh yeah, it's been a while since we had Jordan Peterson on. God damn it. What is a Beyond Parody without Jordan Peterson? And holy God, this guy's so bizarre now. He's so fucking out there that even Joe Rogan laughing in his face. This guy wants so bad to seem like he's deep or that he's on another plane of intelligence, but it's coming off as so lame, so try hard. Holy God, get a hold of yourself, man.
So I can even give you an example of that. This is a hard one, but I'll try. In the Pinocchio movie, this also happens in Jonah, the story of Jonah. Remember, Geppetto ends up in a whale. It's like, what the hell? There's no explanation for that in the story. Okay. It's like he's out looking for Pinocchio, and now he's in a whale. Okay. Well, a whale is a giant carcass.
Wait, no, it's not! Oh, okay.
Right, and so when something dies, its spirit, what would you say?
Okay.
Its spirit is then embedded in a carcass. That's a good way of thinking about it. That's why Pinocchio has to go into the belly of the whale to free Geppetto and finish his transformation. Is that when things deteriorate, right, you have these carcasses lying around with their dead spirits. The spirit of what gave rise to them is still inside there. And the job is to go into the carcass and to revitalize the spirit that produced it and not to parasitize it. Right.
God.
Boy, I don't know how you got that out of Pinocchio and the whale.
Yeah, that was a fucking stretch. You just pulled that out of your ass. You're trying too hard. It had nothing to do with what the fuck was happening. You just made all that up for no fucking reason because you're trying to sound smart. It's so obvious it makes you sound even dumber than you already fucking did. Good Lord, dude, you're rich. Buy a clue. And that is tonight's Beyond Parody. And dude, the thought leaders on the right, not the best in my opinion, but hey, I'm not surprised. Jordy gibberish, yep, it's all works out all the fucking time. At least Joe Rogan calling him out there. Still Joe Rogan platforming the worst people on earth constantly and gonna pretend like he actually gives a shit about all the horrible stuff that comes from it, but he don't. And all right, show's almost over, folks. Longer than I thought it was going to be. We got one more section. Little heroes coming up. Get your super chats in, but I'm going to finish you guys off with a little bit of Billy Bowie. And tonight on the Heroes, Pete Buttigieg, man, Pete Buttigieg just kill it. So on the last show, I showed you guys this really embarrassing right-wing comedian who says he used to be a Democrat, but now he's a Republican because he thinks it's really cool that our president gets pussy. Yeah, super cool. Isn't that what we're all sitting around thinking about? Oh, man, I really wish I liked Joe Biden, but I can't like him because he doesn't get enough pussy. Isn't that what every mature, intelligent adult is thinking? Of course it is. Anyway, Pete Buttigieg went on his podcast and just owned this monkey's ass left and fucking right. It was goddamn brutal. It was beautiful. What an orator. Go, Buttigieg.
Goes into or is supposed to go into here in the U.S. is what then turns around and makes it possible for businesses to thrive.
Can you give us an example of that?
Yeah, my favorite example is probably the smartphone. So have you ever noticed, like, in like talks or like whenever somebody mentions a smartphone, they like start to pull it out of their pocket or touch it? But so the federal government could not have invented the iPhone, right? Like I don't think any of us would want a phone that was like invented by the federal government.
That thing would suck.
That is like all of the design, the manufacturing, supply chains. That's the kind of thing that corporations can do very well, and Apple did it very well, and their competitors. But what makes the iPhone work? Well, among other things, the internet. The internet was literally invented by a federal research project. And it would never have been possible to invent the internet with a private company because you wouldn't have got the kind of capital return, even though it's a $1 trillion idea or a multi-trillion dollar idea. You know, companies can do multi-billion dollar ideas, but a $1 trillion idea, like inventing the internet, that requires basic research. And that's the kind of thing the government's supposed to do, among many other things.
It requires basic research? What does that mean?
Yeah, by basic research, I mean things that are so fundamental that you actually don't know for 50 or 100 years if they're going to have a return. They might never work out.
Oh, God, yeah. You can't look at it as this thing is going to be profitable. It has to be
so it's different
benevolent endeavor for society.
Yeah, it's different from research on like a pharmaceutical company researches a new medication, expecting that they're going to
there's going to be a return in the next 10, 20 years.
Right, at least kind of within the kind of profit horizon.
But public parks is another version of this and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you can't privatize the public park.
Right. This is the whole idea of public goods. Right? This is why we have governments, why we collect taxes.
God, we're turning into such libs already, dude.
But there's a handshake, right? There are the things that only the government can do, and then there are the things that the private sector can and should do, and they meet in the middle. But if you start shorting, and part of what really worries me right now about this kind of war on academia, and there are some things about academia that need to change, but the war on academia, the cuts to cancer research, the cuts to science research, this kind of like general anti-science like atmosphere that I think is emanating from the administration, like that costs us in ways that don't show up on a corporate profit and loss statement 6 months from now or a year from now. But in terms of whether a country, a society, an economy is productive and is growing and is innovating, that starts to really cost you over time. And if we're shorting that, or if corporations and extremely wealthy people don't want to be paying into that through taxes, that is, I think, a classic example of a kind of short-term gain that causes long-term pain.
Nicely said. Pete Buttigieg laying down the law. And I got one more clip from Petey Boy. Even they knew this one was a great clip. Even they're like, cut that. That's fire. And it is.
Like, I want you to be able to get up in the morning and the first thing you do is you commute to work, and by the way, if you're on an EV, I want that to be affordable for you. Or if you're on public transit, not to get back into the subway situation, but I want you to have good public transit to get to where you're going. And then when you get to that job, I want you to be paid well. And if you're about to have a kid, I want you to know that you're going to have parental leave when you have that kid. And if you don't want to have a kid, I want you to have the right to choose whether to have a kid, which means access to birth control and abortion and those things that give you the freedom to decide on that. And if you already have a kid, when you pick them up at school, I want that school to be good, not having its funding slashed while they set fire to the Department of Education. And then when you get home, I want you to be in a neighborhood that is safe and where you can breathe the air because we didn't let them get rid of the Clean Air Act. And you don't have to think for one moment about whether the air you breathe or the water you drink is clean and clear, which actually takes a lot because it means the government has to constrain those actors that would make you unfree by polluting the air and polluting the water. And then when you go to bed, I want you to know that your family's going to be fine, even if it's family like mine, despite there being some Supreme Court justice who wants to obliterate your family because it doesn't match his interpretation of his religion. Like, that's the life I want everybody to be able to live.
Yeah, I think
we can deliver that.
That's
fine. Yeah,
Like,
all that sounds cool and all, but does the president get pussy? That's what's really important, y'all. I really want my president to get pussy. I didn't leave the left, left me. just fuck everything about this goddamn timeline. These motherfuckers making millions of dollars be the worst goddamn people among us. And last but not least, I'm not real familiar with Jen, but her game is fucking strong as shit. Here's Jen laying down the law on dumbass Rahm Emanuel.
So what have you had it with?
I would say we have a series of topics that I think sometimes consume and other topics that don't actually get the attention that they should get. And we ended up fighting for the wrong things. We were really south on kitchen table issues. We weren't really good about the family room issues.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you 100%.
Okay, the only room we were do really well was the bathroom. And that's the smallest room in the house.
That is such bullshit. That is total bullshit. That is buying into the right-wing media narrative. And I'm so sick of Democrats like you selling out and saying this. You know who talks about trans people more than anybody? MAGA. Kamala Harris talked about home ownership. She talked about kitchen table issues. Trump's over there droning on about Hannibal Lecter. Are you kidding me? This is where the Democrats lose because we're playing the game with the rule book. They've read the rule book up and are cramming it down everybody's throat. And Democrats are upset because Joe Biden pardoned his son. We got to fucking fight. They're the gender-obsessed weirdos, not us. We're the ones who fight for Social Security. We fight for Medicare. And yeah, we're not going to bully trans people. We're not going to fucking do it. If you want to do it, fine.
Yeah, fuck Rahm Emanuel. People are trying to run him for president. I wouldn't be surprised if Democrats did it because Democrats are the biggest feckless goddamn losers on the planet. Trying to shove these criminals down our fucking throat. And good on you, Jim. Jen, get all up in his ass. Let him know you've been there. I appreciate you. And all right, folks, we did it. Almost straight up 2 hours. Another episode of the world's greatest show. And I'm going to read the super chats and do a quick kitty party. But if you bail out, please hit the like button. Most importantly, please go sign up for my Patreon, folks. Please help me out if you like the show. Don't let it disappear because it could. Thank you in advance. And also get your ticket to the after party coming up. We're going to check out that hide and seek competition. It's going to be fun as fuck. You don't want to miss it. So come hang out with me and the cool kids next at the after party. And Sith Mage, Everglare, $5. I'm restreaming you, trying to get people to watch you and playing Oblivion right now. Fuck yeah, I'm jealous. It's amazing. Everyone play it. I am. I'm going to play it on VR. By the way, the planetarium is going great. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, Sith Mage. Sounds like a great job for you. And thank you for kicking in tonight. Hello, Mr. Anderson. 5 tickets from Hero Mr. Anderson. As always, that's the way to do it. Helping me get enough to get another Emojicon. I need like 1,000 more to get a bunch of Emojicons for you guys. So help me out. And thank you, Mr. Anderson. Jupe! I use necromancy to resurrect the Pope. Best dog walker ever. Hey, fuck that guy. Keep your kids away from him. Everybody wants to tell me he was the good Pope, but there ain't no goddamn such thing. Welcome to Dust Buddy, Mark Furman. Hell yeah! Mackie Furman. I know I said Mark Furman. That's the guy that was the cop in the OJ case. Somebody think framed OJ. I don't think he did, but some people think he did. But anyway, that's not you, Mackie Fermion. Welcome to Dust Buddies. Hell yeah. Hey, spam that chat with, woo! BBC just did it. And join me tonight on the after party. We're going to hang out. Cabal 313, $5. The band Warrior Soul is not afraid to get political with songs like The Wasteland and Love Destruction. All right, never heard of them, but I will check them out. And thank you, Cabal 313. Wings of Shoe, $5. Are actually more proof of Israel enacting the Hannibal Directive than 40 beheaded babies. Yes, there is. I've covered it. Israel knew exactly what was happening on October 7th. They were either behind it or they let it happen on purpose, one of the two. Either way, definitely culpable. And thank you, Wings of Shoe. And 5 more tickets from Loki. Hell yeah, that's the way you do it, Loki. I appreciate you. Don't kill your brother. Throws a shoe at Dusty. I'll duck that shit. I'm good at ducking fucking shoes, motherfucker. Thank you, Jupe. 1 more ticket from Bongo Dave. Hey, bang those bongos, Dave. Appreciate you. And Jupe already read about Watch for the Shoe. I'm watching it. And all right, folks, that's my time. Hey, I'll be back on Monday. Please hit the like button, folks. It's the least you can do. Please leave comments. Do all the things. But I'll be back on Friday for another episode of the world's greatest show, so be sure to tune in then. And now let's do a quick kitty party. Plug me in, shut me down. I'm just lost in the sound.
Black suits, white lies, cash flow, dark skies. They feed us lullabies.
All right, guys, let us shit out of you. After party coming up next. The rest of it, I'll see you on Wednesday. Have a good night, y'all. Love you. We don't trust the game they play. Loading their system slay. Break it down and run away. We don't work, we don't pray. We just burn it all away. System error, full decay. We don't listen anyway. Glitching high, no escape. Living fast, die today. System error, what to say? We don't listen anyway. Running off adrenaline, shadows in the citadel, hands around my neck, yeah, they love to watch me rebel. Digital confessionals, drowning in the chemicals. They say I'm a criminal, but I feel incredible. Static in my bones, hearts of silicone. I don't wanna kneel to a corporate throne. Black cards, white pills, souls they can't control. I'm the king of the lost in a world too cold. We don't trust the game they play. Error system slay. Break it down and run away. Yeah, 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 yeah. We don't work, we don't pray. We just burn it all away. System error, full decay. We don't listen anyway. Oh, BBC, yeah, BBC, woo! Thank you, BBC. 22, love you, BBC.
We don't listen anyway. They track us, they trap us, code in our veins. They break us, they make us tied to their chains. Running out. Catch us if you can now. We don't work, we don't pray. We just burn it all away. System error, full decay. We don't listen anyway. Glitching high, no escape. Living fast, die today. Live by error, what's to say? We don't listen anyway.
Switch over now.